Hi everyone, I'm Hedy, and today let's bake wool roll milk bread, which is bread shaped like balls of wool yarn. The ingredients are bread flour, instant yeast, milk powder, full cream milk, butter, egg, salt, sugar, and small chocolate chips for the filling. There are several ways you can make wool roll bread. I prefer using a tangzhong dough to make milk bread which is soft and fluffy. Start by preparing the tangzhong, which is a roux made using bread flour and water. The ratio is 1 part of flour to 5 parts of water. Here, we are using 20 grams of bread flour to 100 ml of water. Over low heat, stir the mixture continuously until it forms a thick paste. Allow it to cool until it's warm. In the cake mixer bowl, add 300 grams of bread flour, 5 grams of instant yeast, 5 grams of milk powder, and mix well. Add 120 ml of milk and 1 large egg. Add the warm tangzhong. Using a dough hook on the cake mixer, mix the ingredients on low speed until a dough ball forms. This should take about 2 minutes. The dough does not have to be smooth. Scrape the dough off the hook and place it in the bottom of the bowl. Cover with cling wrap and let it rest for 30 minutes. Remove the cling wrap and continue kneading the dough on low speed for another 2 minutes. Now, we add 20 grams of sugar, a little at a time as the cake mixer continues kneading the dough. Then add 6 grams of salt, a little at a time too. Stop the machine and scrape the dough off the hook and down the sides of the bowl 2 or 3 times during the kneading process. Once the dough is relatively smooth, add the butter, a little at a time. The dough will form a sticky mess, but continue kneading for 10 minutes. Once the dough starts to come off the sides of the bowl, knead on high speed for 5 to 8 minutes. Meanwhile, take a clean, large bowl and grease the inside with 1 tablespoon of oil. The dough should be relatively smooth. Even if it doesn't form a complete ball, as long as the dough feels elastic, transfer it to the well-greased bowl. Cover with cling wrap and allow it to rest for 1 hour. This is proofing the dough to allow it to rise. It should double in size. To check if the dough is ready, use a wet finger to make an indentation in the dough. If the indentation stays, the dough is ready. Transfer it onto a well-floured surface and punch down the dough to release the air. Shape it into a ball or roll. Divide the dough into 5 parts. Shape each part into a dough ball and place it in a dish. Cover with cling wrap and leave it to proof for 15 minutes. Take 1 dough ball and use the rolling pin to roll it out into an oval or rectangular shape of about 20 cm in length. Use the bench knife to cut 2/3 of the dough into thin strips. On the uncut portion, place 10 grams of chocolate chips. Starting from the uncut end of the dough, roll it up. Place it along the inside circumference of the cake tin. Repeat the process with the remaining dough balls. For the 5th piece of dough, place it in a U shape in the middle of the cake tin. Cover and allow the dough to proof a final time for 1 hour or 1 hour and 15 minutes until it rises to about the height of the cake tin. Preheat the oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Gently brush beaten egg onto the risen dough. Bake at 177 degrees Celsius for 23 minutes. Take the bread out from the oven and allow to cool before removing from the cake tin and serving. Does it look like a loaf of wool yarn? The bread is so soft you can tear it apart with your hands if you don't want to wash the knife. Look at how soft and fluffy it is. Hope you enjoyed this video and happy baking wool roll milk bread at home.